Good morning. Good morning. Good morning, everyone. Hello. My name is High Priestess Ishera, and today is going to be a circle of love regarding an interview I just finished watching with Oprah and Gabrielle Eunice, and of course her beautiful husband Dwayne. Now, today's circle of love is Gabrielle Union's pregnancy. Gabrielle, and I'm going to be touching some bases a lot on the metaphysical aspect, the metaphysical aspect of Gabrielle Union's experience with pregnancy. Now, this huge situation that Miss Union has had regarding her pregnancy is just one example on a higher level that a lot of women are going through. The birth crisis is serious right now on this earth, and even the best of best individuals at their highest peak are having problems with conceiving. If you're watching my video and you don't know me, hi, my name is High Priestess Ishera. I am business owner of the Facebook page TOA at Tantric Temple of Alchemy, also conveniently located at Tantra Temple of Alchemy on Facebook. And I have a business page with all of my metaphysical services I offer within my spiritual consulting temple. I utilize many levels of etheric and spiritual energy to help my clients build a higher perspective and gain on multi dimensions within their life. Now let's talk about Gabrielle Union, because I feel that what this beautiful Black woman has gone through is what a lot of people going through: white, Black, Hispanic, all of that. And I feel that because of this crisis, that we need to be more careful and more aware of what we do with our bodies, how we think with our minds, and how we move within our life. Now, in doctor terms, because I'm going to be jumping back and forth from the doctor perspective to the holistic perspective. I'm the holistic perspective, and the doctor information is the information I received within the interview. And from what Gabrielle says, women are considered difficult pregnancies after the age of 34. So after the age of 34, within the medical profession, you are considered a high risk. Now, you might as well get to the dirty. And I'm going to be completely honest with you. As a holistic provider, a holistic spiritual consultant, I truly believe that nowadays doctors set up their birthing protocol to where they are making sure the babies are given within C-section. Now, Mrs. Union says that she prepared for a natural birth in the hospital with her surrogate. She had to get a surrogate. It was after around 9 attempts of trying to have a baby with her husband, Dwayne, that she wasn't able to conceive. So surrogacy was the next step process to having a child that you cannot have yourself. Now, difficulties in pregnancies within the doctors are 34. They consider it a difficult pregnancy. And I feel nowadays that these doctors are just haphazardly and choosing to make sure the protocol ends up with C-section. I believe because it's easier to bring forth doctor-wise, the baby's through C-section than it is through natural, because within natural birth, so many things can go wrong. So many things can go wrong. So so many things can go wrong even before, as you're gestating the baby. And I just think, in my opinion, the medical doctors would rather just have C-sections because, okay, I'll give you my personal example. When I had my son, I was very gung-ho about having him natural. I was really tapped into my spirituality, and I was like, I know this is going to be pain, but I'm going to have this baby natural. I'm going to have this baby natural. I did my yoga. I ate right. I was ready for this pain. After being 1 week overdue, like, my son wasn't trying to rush to get up in this world. He took like a long time to actually come out. And the only reason he came out because I went for a checkup after the past due date, and they became worried. The doctors became worried, so I had to come in to see what we can do with the labor, because they said that my water had broke already, but I didn't feel the water break. I didn't feel the water break. I didn't feel the water break. So the doctor said the water broke, and there's a tear, not a water broke. I believe they refer to it as a tear within my placenta bubble within my stomach. So they wanted me to come in. I only felt one contraction. I only felt one contraction. And that one contraction was serious. They said my vagina had dilated 1 centimeter, and I had to go 10 more before I was ready to have the baby. I said, 10 more? I was like, 10 more? Okay, let me process this real quick. Anyway, long story short, I had to have a C-section because they had told me that my son's umbilical cord was wrapped around his neck, because every time I had a contraction, his heart rate would go down. So I fought with the doctor. Oh, no, I fought with the doctor verbally. I was like, no, I want to have this natural. I want to have this natural. We cannot have this natural. Come on, I'm ready to have this natural. I'm ready to do this and allow my pussy to open up 9 more centimeters so I can have this baby, whatever it was. I was like, I'm ready. No, I want to have it natural. I want to have it natural. After having a verbal discussion with the doctor back and forth, because I did have a baby alone, had my baby alone since I found out I was pregnant. And I was like, oh my God, no, I want to have this baby natural. But after fighting with him, I realized I need to stop fighting with the doctor and work with him. So I was like, okay, C-section. They cut me open. They took out my son. He didn't cry until they smacked him. You know, he came out real quiet. But when he cried, all I heard was, I kept on telling him, I'm here, baby. Your mama here, baby. Because I know it was a whole bunch of white people holding on to him and stuff and moving him around and shit. You know, and I believe in energy. I believe in energy exchange. And I know he had all these strangers like touching him and stuff like that. And I just remember yelling at him, being high off the epidural. And I was like, mommy here, baby. Mommy here, baby. Mommy here, baby. And they finally brought him to me, and I touched him, and he finally calmed down. And I remember looking at my baby like, damn, there's so much knowledge in your eyes. I'm sorry the umbilical cord was wrapped around your neck for a little while. And my baby's smart. My baby is smart. I say all of that to say this. Even the bad situations in your life are set up to teach you, to make you grow. And I feel like this situation that Gabrielle Union went through was specifically to be a platform for other women who's having problems, because whether she knows it or not, we're going through a cosmic shift, you guys. And again, my perspective on things are always going to be on a spiritual level, but we are going through a huge cosmic shift. There was a point in time in our world where we were on lockdown, where there was a grid of blockage that did not allow this spiritual information that people are receiving within their aura bodies to actually be utilized and to be felt. And now that the quarantine is what the metaphysical occult community call it, now that the quarantine has been lifted, you have all of this information, you have all of this knowledge being released on multiple dimensional levels. And if you're not aware or don't know how to handle it, you can kind of get lost in the process of the awakening, in the process of the Kundalini rising. But here at TOA on Facebook, within Life Coach Healing, then you allow yourself to get the help you need. For medical, you go to a doctor, right? For financial, you go to an accountant. A lot of people are negating their spiritual teachings, their spiritual help, and they are losing out. And I feel Gabrielle Union was one of them, because I feel if she had a spiritual consultant like me, there was a lot of things that she would have did within the process that would have helped her process, even though she thinks differently and moves differently from people like me, you know? So keep in mind that nowadays, during this cosmic shift, we are going through a change in the atmosphere, to where right now we're birthing non-normal babies. I'm being honest, you guys. We're birthing right now, even the dumbest of the dumb are birthing. And when I say the dumbest of the dumb, I mean the sleeping sheep of the world who allow materialistic things to consume their life and their thought forms and their energies and their movements. And thank you, son. Like, it's, you guys, it's early in the morning out here. It is 7:53 here in Hawaii AM. And this is like an impromptu video. I sent my baby off onto the jungle called life to go to school, and definitely in the process of homeschooling. Definitely in the process of homeschooling. But as a single mom, you have to be very careful when you're going into transition, because I really feel that homeschooling can be just as destructive as public school if it's not done right. So we're having these baby ETs, you guys, and we're having these extraterrestrials, these star seeds, these indigo children, these old souls. And because we were raised during a time period where there was a quarantine on the earth, where no spiritual information was allowed to be uploaded or downloaded. You know, there were only some beautiful individuals such as myself where, because of my bloodline, because of my royalty, I was able to access downloads and uploads very easily throughout my life, even though I was processing them a little bit differently. But with life, there's transition. With life, there's evolution, and you learn to process information on a level of your comprehension. And then also, if you move forward and correctly, upward lifting and upward motion and climbing those Jacob ladder stairs, then you allow yourself to even gain from your wrong decisions, off time periods, and negative, you know, vibration situations. You know what I mean? Now, what shocked me about Oprah? What shocked me was Oprah. Okay, there was a certain part in the interview, right? There was a certain part in the interview, and Gabrielle was explaining to Oprah how she was having issues with taking pictures of her newborn girl, and she didn't like the fact that every time they came to take pictures, the photographers made sure they took pictures of the baby's ears, the baby's hands, because they were two different colors. Now, if you don't know, Gabrielle Union's surrogate was a white woman. And that's another point that came up. She was like, why did you pick a white woman? In Gabrielle's eyes, she says, it doesn't matter about her color. This is where we differ in perspective. It doesn't matter about her color. I wanted her to just have a healthy, what was the word she used? A healthy breeder. Basically, she used the word as a breeder, like someone who carried the baby only. And I understand what she was saying completely, but as a spiritualist, I believe there is a very huge DNA difference when it comes to your oven that you're utilizing to bake your child. That's basically what she said. Some people would have a problem with that euphemism, but I'm cool with it. I totally get it. That white woman was just someone who carried you and your husband's DNA. I get it. I totally get it, girl. Because if I had problems with birth and me and my future mate or me and my long-term mate were having problems with conceiving and we had the money to create a baby through how you created the baby, which was through IV with both you and your husband's sperm, because there's also other ways you can utilize someone else's sperm. You can utilize a mixture of the sperm. It really depends on the situation and what you're going through. And Oprah was shocked that she was dealing with the color factor with her baby. And I looked at Oprah while they had their little conversation, and I was like, you were shocked about that, Oprah? She was like, oh, I'm shocked that still goes on today. You're shocked that discrimination of blacks still go on today? Damn, there goes one of my prospective funders for my documentary, because I'm building a documentary to really help the Cosmic Family Forum to understand what one person goes through as a spiritual person dealing with the Kundalini rising and dealing with, because as a Mambo High Priestess, I deal with a lot of energies from angels to demons, and knowing how to communicate with these demons and knowing how to excel with your angels in a positive way takes work and practice. And a lot of people are negating this process of connectivity with the spiritual side of their lives. And here at TOA on Facebook, within Life Coach Healing, we're helping cosmic families connect with their life on the unseen level and on the physical, mundane, low vibrational, materialistic level. And I really thought Oprah would be a prospective funder and investor and possible channel I can go to sell my documentary to. But if Oprah still thinks that color is not a problem, I don't think she would want the slack of my type of show that would bring, because my show would bring a lot of slack, because the powers that be, the people that run TV, radio, and things of that nature, don't want the world to be shown how to tap into their self God body and God mind, their self supremacy power. And as someone who is master of her universe, I am master of my universe. Some people would call that self-supremacy. Pish posh. I'm master of my universe. I was raised on She-Ra and He-Man, and I'm She-Ra and He-Man in one. And I feel within this year of 2018, we have to understand that within this shift, there's going to be a martial law way of execution with this world, from TV to radio to entertainment. And if the society is not fed how to deal with this innate power that is being given to them on all levels, everyone's going through it. Melanated people are going through it. White people are going through it. Chinese people are going through it. Shit, even the dogs and cats are going through the energy shift that's happening right now as we speak on. Oh, yes. And if you guys want to know about that interview that I was speaking about, it's on, it is an interview I saw on Facebook on a forum called Super Soul. And it was live. It was live. Super Soul. on Facebook. And that was where I saw the interview with Gabrielle, her husband, and Oprah. Now, if Oprah is shocked about the black and white thing, I know she won't be an investor or won't maybe even think about putting her show, my type of show, on her screen. But I'm going to continue pushing on to try to share this metaphysical information that everyone needs to hear. My message is the mental mind, the mental body, the internal body is going through such major changes on multiple levels that if you do not daily care for these changes, you will self-destruct. I get really deep into my videos, so please feel free to check out my free metaphysical videos on my metaphysical page at HP Life Coach Healing and Ishera Sadi HP. And please like and subscribe to my nonprofit organization where we're helping kids tap into their inner power through music and through sound. Through music and through sound. Please like and subscribe, because any support is, any good support is great support. And we are a roots organization, so it's basically for the people, by the people. Now, you can deal with pregnancy issues on so many levels. You could pick the wrong partner. Or when it comes to spirituality now, because the doctors only look at the scientific quantifications that they've figured out thus far to figure out how to deal with your baby when it comes to pregnancy and taking care of them, and the genetically modified medicines that they've created that they say is to rebuild your body, but it's in all actuality set up to keep your body dependent on their system. Whereas holistically, you're utilizing natural ways to keep your body healthy outside of genetically modified tools like what the medical doctors do for us in the medical profession. Now, with spirituality, with the metaphysics, with the occult, you have to think about many perspective levels you have to consider when it comes to having pregnancy problems, when it comes to this cosmic shift of birth crisis, because we are going through a birth crisis, I believe. And you usually maybe deal with the wrong partner that could form and cause a birth crisis. You can have an unhealthy avatar, what a lot of people call bodies. You can deal with maladjusted or malfunctioning extended family. Yes, your family plays a part in how your baby grows in the stomach, what the baby hears from the mother, what the baby feels from the mother, what the baby goes through with the mother. Also, you deal with universal environments, the baby's past lives, the baby's retained programming, the baby's lost programming, the energies that are connected to the baby from the father to you. You know, there are a lot of points you must consider when it comes to creating a baby. And again, I'll say it again. Do you know that with the doctors, you're considered high risk after the age of 35? Now, if you're living your life and living your best life and making better decisions as you grow, I believe that you can have babies well in your 50s without a problem. Well, in your 50s without a problem. Good morning, good morning, good morning to everyone in the room, for all who's catching the live and for all who will catch the replay later on. Thanks for sharing this quick circle of love, birth crises, Gabrielle unions, pregnancy. Now, let's talk about her surrogate. Her surrogate was a white woman. There could be many, many reasons why she chose to have a white woman as a surrogate. Maybe none of the applicants she looked at who were African American connected with her. Maybe That's one of the main ones. Maybe all of the African American ones she saw didn't have what she was looking for. Because there's always positive and negatives with every situation you choose. But she did choose a white woman. Now, there's some positives. Now, I need for Gabrielle to understand, and if any of Gabrielle Union's people is watching this, let her see this part of the video. You do give her some positive aspects, which is the fact that your child will be a hybrid. You may think that because your child, you may think that your bun in your oven is only the gestator, but it was in your child was in her stomach for 9 months. So energy wise, she's a hybrid. She's a hybrid. So these mannerisms will show themselves somehow. Because I think you already knew that. Like, if you would have picked a black woman to have your child, there's a possibility the child would have came out truly strong color, strong melanin power, because I feel that's where your power comes from as being master of your universe, as being a god, is that black dot, melanated power. And now that your child was carried by a white woman, it has that caucus energy. There's nothing wrong with caucus energy. There's nothing wrong with, living in the mountains energy. But you cannot negate the fact or change the fact that that is what it is, whether you like my terminology or not. So know that you're raising a hybrid, and it will be addressed in certain parts of your life. It will be addressed in certain parts of your life within your child. Okay. Now, pregnancy and body structure again plays a major role in how well the pregnancy or the conceiving goes with your baby. As a holistic provider and spiritual consultant, when I'm aiding a couple getting pregnant, I make sure I get all information and assess the situation fully on multiple levels. There's questions that come up like, so have you ever had problems conceiving? What do you eat? Did your mother have a problem with conceiving? Did your husband have a problem with conceiving with their other children? How's the vibration of love? What are your fears? What are your worries? What are the accidents that happened within your life with your body? Because all of that plays a part in the gestating of a child within somebody's womb. Interbreeding plays a part in how well the pregnancy plays out. Also, addictions, what you're addicted to, plays a part, from cigarettes to marijuana smoking to your love for pig or your love for fat, And all of that are factors when it comes to the baby coming out of your body and how well it does. Now, let's talk about the ways of creating babies, from doctor interventions to holistic interventions. Now if she would have went the holistic route of having this baby, they could have did either a home birth or a retreat situation where they all could have been there on a more private level. Because I remember her complaining that she wasn't really allowed to get close enough throughout the process of the pregnancy because of the doctor rules, and she wasn't able to really be super close to the baby until the baby came out of the surrogate. And if she would have had a water birth, then she would have been able to be in the water with the mother, and the husband could have been there too, whether in the water or out of the water, to experience the birth of the child. But a lot of people are scared to do that because of the possible complications. But holistically, they aid and abet the touch factor. They aid and abet the getting close to the child and the healing of touch through the whole process of the birth, whereas the doctor situation is very sterile, very off. You know, my second time around having a kid, if I'm able, I would rather do it in some type of retreat situation because I still want to have a child naturally. And they would consider me high risk because of my age factor. I'm in my 40s. But I really would like to have a child naturally. And I truly believe it's possible if you take the holistic steps needed to have the child. And also, race plays a major factor with the child, from you having the child to you allowing someone else to have the child. You know, the DNA structure is different from black to black, from white to black, from white to Chinese, from white to Asian, from Asian to black. It's all different DNA strands. And when you negate that factor, you negate the cosmic law of things, period, the root of life itself. Now, like I said, there's a lot of issues that could go along with having a child. That's why a lot of people opt to have their children within the hospital, because doctors are great at fixing crisis situations. And Gabrielle had an issue with her daughter's umbilical cord wrapped around her arm, and that's why the surrogate was forced to have a C-section. I hope there was a clause in the C-section for her, because that C-section scar I still have. I mean, and I've lost plenty of weight from my last failed pregnancy, and the C-section scar is a bitch. Even though you don't really see it, I don't like it, and I feel like it causes my sacral chakra problems to this day. Like C-sections, warning to all my beautiful queens, C-sections will cause solar plexus root chakra problems, because the scar and the after scar that occurs, because usually when they're doing a C-section, I don't know if you can see me. I hope you can see me. There's so much sun. I don't know if you can see me. But during a C-section, they cut you from here to here. My C-section is right here, from here to here. And I feel that, again, if I had the choice of having the pain, or having the natural birth, I would have had the natural birth. I would have had the natural birth, because I feel like I have to do extra spiritual meditation stuff to keep my solar plexus and my root and my sacral chakra moving at the rate that I like it to move at, because of that scar tissue that's lodged in there. You know, a great um, um, I guess it would be a good option would be to check on your scar tissue after every couple of years to make sure no scar tissue has built up. And you can do that like with maybe a tummy tuck. And that's why I said I hope she had a clause in there, from having a natural birth to having a C-section, because medically a C-section causes more issues after the fact. And it's bad enough you're not going to be able to see the baby only through magazines and pictures. You might as well make sure your avatar, your body as a surrogate, is taken care of. And I would have definitely, as a Black woman, had mandatory some type of plastic surgery and healing sessions to make sure that my sacral chakra is able to continue on after this traumatic experience of having a baby, because that's what having a baby is. It's just having a traumatic experience. You're creating life. And to this day, I'm grateful that I only felt one contraction, to be honest. Yay to the epidural. Whoa, 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 whoa. Yay to epidural. Whoa, 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 whoa. Because I just couldn't imagine going through 9 more of those motherfuckers. But the gods watch over me and make sure I have the best royal care as possible. So it is all good. But there are sacrifices to getting what you want and to getting extra blessings. And if you have to understand, there's always that sacrifice. There's always that sacrifice. Now, this is a message to all of my 35 and under. And I'm in that book too. Because to be honest, I feel like love is coming soon, and we're going to have a child. And it's not going to be easy, but I feel like when the time is right and things are all aligned spiritually, a child will come. And I would be considered high risk because I'm in my early 40s. But if you take care of your body, if you heed and keep your aura and your chakras clear, and you watch what you put in your mouth, and you watch what you think, and you watch who's around you, I believe that you can acquire every single desire in your life. Don't cry about the losses. Oh, I can't even start to tell you of all the greatness that I've lost. To share a private story. Let me share a little bit of my story. I had the most negative interaction with this fine ass, sexy guy. Oh, and he was smart too. Smart. He had the bloodline. He had the look. Even though the look was different, the look still like drew me. The look still acquired my attention. And the connection was there. The energy was there. It was beautiful. But as a high priestess, I'm shared a lot of information. And usually when I meet someone, usually not only I can read other people's spirit, but when I meet someone, I can play the timeline of all of the things that we go through in life from beginning to end. And then it's like a quick future play of what I experienced with that person, and I assess if I want to deal with that person of what I'm dealing with. So when I met that awesome guy, and when I fucked the shit out of him. Oh, you guys, please keep in mind that I'm also a Tantra master. So I help cosmic individuals tap into the Tantra arts through sexual creative magic. And Tantra arts is more than sexual copulation. It's many, many levels. And I help my clients tap into their power, because within tapping to your sexual desires and powers, then you're more enabled to know what you want from others. A lot of people go out looking for love without assessing what they want and what they desire. And as a Tantra master, I help you figure that out for yourself and assist in knowing what you want to what you don't like. So when you meet prospective lovers, when you meet prospective legacy builders, when you meet prospective estate co-business partners, you allow yourself to know more fully the desire you want. Anyway, we go back to my story. So after I fucked the shit out of him, and playing the fast forward replay of our whole life, but at the same time having a conversation with him and getting to know him and realizing who he is, I realized, and this happened within the span of the first 3 meetings that we had. I realized very quickly, because during the 3 meetings that we had, it was very intense. It was very moving. We were moving on multiple levels. Like, we connected on a romantic level, we connected on a business level, and we connected on a demonic level. And within the span of the 3 meetings that we had, I realized by the end of the 3 meetings that We need to keep this relationship on a certain perspective because of all of everything that went down within our relationship. And oh, guys, I miss that one to this day, but because we vibrated on such a high level, when I want to, we connect with each other in the ethos. He's a guy I'll never meet. He's a guy I should say I'll never meet again. I'll never meet again. And I'm okay with that. Totally okay with that. Because when you're the master of your universe and you know what you want, then like decisions are easy. I remember asking him within the second meeting, have my baby. Have my fucking baby. I'm gonna have a baby with you. I know my child will be smart with you. Have my baby. I respect his answer, even though I didn't like his answer. He was like, nah, I'm good right now. Not looking to have any babies right now. Cool, 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 cool. So when you know what you want versus what you don't want, the decisions that you make in your life is pretty much easy to be executed. Okay, problems of decision makings only come is when you utilize that bipolarity thought form of, should I do this or should I do this? Angel, devil. I want this, but I'm doing this. I want that, but I'm living that. you know, and until you're able to balance out your dark and your light, then I didn't do that wrong. That was the right direction. Then you'll be able to keep a balance. Corrector on the side. You'll be able to keep that balance and live as master of your universe. And on Facebook, on my business page, TOA, we help you do that. I have dream interpretation, tarot card divination, feng shui advice, crystal ball readings starting in February 2019, and past life readings, also Tantra one-to-one sessions, and Tantra divination readings regarding the different lovers in your life from past life to current, and how they play a part in your life and how they either excel your life or hinder your life. You can have these spiritual lovers, these spiritual energies fuck up and jam up your love life because they get really greedy sometimes. You have to be really careful with these deities. And as a spiritual consultant, I help my clients sift out the good ones and then sift out the bad ones. Hold on to the good ones and sift out the bad ones. Sometimes my clients are holding on to some energies that they don't need to be holding on to. I'm very roughly honest. I'm paid to monthly help you build on multiple dimensions of your life. And if I'm not doing that, then I'm not the right spiritual consultant for you. All right, you guys. I couldn't end this video without talking about the awesome king that Gabrielle Union has. All I know is that he's a football player and his name is Wayne. And the energy of this man is my perfect future husband that I haven't found yet. He is so kind. He was with her through the process. He was gentle even after 9 miscarriages. Yes, she went through 9 miscarriages of trying to carry her own baby. He was there with her. He wasn't talking shit to her. He wasn't bringing her down. He's a king, so he makes his own money. Kings, all the men who's watching this, children take money. And he did his part, just like she does her part as her career and her life. So shout out to Wayne. You are a good king. Ladies, when you find a good king, it ain't nothing like that shit. Okay. And they're kind of slim pickings right now during this shift, to be honest with you. So never settle, even though, the last example I told you about, that beautiful, fine, multi-dimensional ass ex that I had to, he wasn't even my ex because we didn't know each other that long, but ex friend, ex business partner, because we were talking about building with each other. Lost connection on so many levels, but forever connected, forever connected on others. It's okay. It's okay to lose a great love because you learn so much from losing that love that as being master of your universe, there is up, nothing but up with it because you've experienced what you want. So now everything after that can't fake with you. That's again, if you're vibrating on a high frequency. When you know what you want as a woman, and most women don't, then you are in tune to getting everything, everything you desire. Some will say, Ishera, I don't know why you're trying to have a baby. You are too old. Ishera, you're trying to have a baby. You can't even keep a man for umpteen time. Look, no, I just know what I want. And when I'm with bullshit, I drop bullshit. Ain't no time to be holding on to no bullshit. Ain't no time to be holding on to no bullshit. Matter of fact, there's no such thing as time. But in this world, there's a fictitious time. And I don't waste this fake time on this earth, on this chaotic hell. So ladies, never settle. Never, never settle. If he doesn't want what you want, keep moving forward and find a man who will. So shout out to you, Wayne. You one of the good ones, and may your Wayne vibrations come to me, and love and blessings to you and your family and to Gabrielle. May your children be prosperous, and may your new seed be the bright shining light within your family, which I know she is. Oh yeah, that's another thing, you guys. He had 3 boys from a previous relationship, and that was kind of popular too when it comes to sharing, because Gabrielle had a hard time with the first wife for a while, but then they finally came to, no, was that Will Smith and her kid? Well, I feel like they working out now. They had a problem, but then they're working it out, and she has a very good relationship with the boys. And there's something that Gabrielle said in the interview that I don't agree with, and I wanted to air this out and put this out there. Gabrielle said, I know that I'm not their mother, and they know I'm not their mother, and they know this. Baby girl, in the spirit realm, you are their mother, because cosmic law dictates that we are all from the same source, just on different levels. So yes, you are their mother. Yeah, you didn't carry them, but you play your motherly role as their stepmother. But I get what she's saying when she says you are not her mother, because she also revealed what I didn't comprehend, but now I comprehend. She has no lawful rights when it comes to those stepsons, like no legal right whatsoever. So I totally get what she says when she says she is not those kids' mother. But cosmically, baby girl, you are, and you will always be, because we all come from one source. Okay, but yeah, she has no law rights when it comes to the baby. And it's shown in these awesome movies like Tyler Perry's Acrimony. Oh my God, if you haven't seen Tyler Perry's Acrimony, go watch it. It's about a delusional woman who chooses all the wrong decisions, but then at the end of the movie blames her husband for moving forward. Everything in your life within this movie showed this woman that she should not deal with this man. She lost her ovaries. She found out he was cheating. She was constantly giving him money instead of him giving her money. I'm sorry. It's cool when a female wants to share her guap with her man, but it's mandatory that that man shares his guap with her. King law, fuck that. Well, when it comes to royalty, king law, the male must share his guap first, but we're in 2019. You have to have that who run the world girls mentality. Because to be honest with you, every king I've held down or I've considered my mate, I've always financially supported. I wish I could say the same thing about the males that I've dated. Moving on. Okay? And I'm still not sour. I still believe, a queen, there's nothing wrong with a queen holding her man down. But is he worthy of that holding down? For real, though. And because we as women are not aligned, we're allowing ourselves to deal with these fuck boys and fuck girls on a constant level, which really blocks us from finding our true legacy. But I got that radar, that tunnel vision, because I know legacy is everything. And if you're not about legacy, I really have no time to be fucking with you, period. I'm good. I don't care how good the cosmic dick is. I have no time for busy fake ones, busy money making ones, because I've dealt with a lot of motherfuckers who got guap, you know what I'm saying? And if their principles are fucked up, I really don't have no time to deal with it. So you think the problems stop after you find somebody with money? No, the problem does not stop. There are other fucking problems that you have to deal with. Because most likely, if your king got money, he like it, and he good at it. You know what I'm saying? But sometimes motherfuckers get caught up in the messages of money and not the messages of who your queen's supposed to be. It is what it is. A lot of men deny their true queen because they not ready. Girls do the same thing. Shit, I remember turning away a queen because I knew he was just too good for me. I couldn't keep up with his kinghood. I had to let that motherfucker go. I couldn't keep up with his kinghood. I couldn't. He was just too powerful. Just too powerful for me. I had to relent and let that motherfucker go. So never settle, you guys. And never be upset about the decisions you make within your life. Shout out to Oprah for having that interview. That interview spoke to me early this morning, and it got me on here doing a video. So thank you, Oprah. And thank you to all the kings out there who are doing women right. I'm available. I'm single. So open to having a child, but it's not mandatory. Like if my future husband was like, yo, I don't want a kid, and I loved him and we were living our lives happily and abundantly, I wouldn't mind not having a kid. But I would like to have a kid, and I feel like there's one more go round in this avatar body. There's one more go around in this avatar body. So never settle, ladies. I don't care how old you are. I don't care if you 50. I don't care if you 60. I don't care if you're 25. I don't care if you're 44. I don't care if you're 62. If you want a child and you're meant to have that child will come to you. Period. Because yes, your children pick you. It's not the other way around. Your children pick you. Your children pick you. Okay? So to close, to become master of your universe, you have help out here. I am Mambo High Priestess Ishera within TOA on Facebook, my business page. That's Tantric Temple of Alchemy. Also conveniently located at Tantra Temple of Alchemy. I am your private spiritual consultant who has her own Tantra temple, and I help cosmic families and cosmic individuals tap into their multidimensional lives. Life is about making choices, you guys. So if you are living life and making the best choice you can within it, then you are master of your universe. And with becoming master of your universe, you know that you have to take the bitter with the sweet, the good with the bad. We can't consume ourselves with worry and stress about the rough decisions we sometimes have to make in life. You have to hold strong on your square, which is your universe. Okay? A lot of occult people believe that your body is your planet and your atmosphere is your galaxy. So, what are you creating in your universe? What are you experiencing within your world? Because if it's not love, if it's not high frequency, intense, blissful feeling and emotion, then you are not creating at your highest potential. And you need to go to Facebook and check out my different services, because it's all about helping the cosmic families with who they are, where they're from, and the messages from behind the veil that are there for them and waiting for them during this cosmic shift. Okay, I'm here to help. We're here to help. And I say we because as a Mambo High Priestess, I have several energies that walk with me on a daily basis. And these energies allow me to help you tap into you on multiple levels. And I'm talking past lives. I'm talking etherically. I'm talking about energies that may be trapped within your body, energies that may be trapped within your aura, energies that cling to you from your day to day. You know, all of that is important. And with knowing these things, you allow yourself to execute your daily task and your daily life rituals easier and more enrichfully done. Okay? You got to fight addictions. You got to fight being unhealthy. You got to fight the financial lacking. All of that is a part of the energy that's around you. It's more than about just going out there to get a check. It's about you. It's about your self building. It's about your growth. And all of that starts with you. Everything starts with you. And here on TOA, on Facebook, within Life Coach Healing, I help you tap into that inner power so you could become master of your universe. At the end of the video, Gabrielle Union said to Oprah, because Oprah asked her, if there's one thing you want to share to the world, what is it you want to share to the world? And she said that there is hope. And that's how I want to close this video. It's more than hope, you guys, okay? It's more than hope. You have to know, like you know, like you know, like you know. I don't give a fuck if nobody see that shit. Like you know of what you desire and what you want. Because if you don't know it, how the fuck anybody else gonna see that shit? You see what I'm saying? If you don't fucking know it, how the fuck everybody else is gonna see that shit? How the fuck is everybody else going to see that shit if you don't see it? You have to see it first, okay? And when you see it and you move on it, you feel on it, you do on it, you be about it, you love about it, you hate about it, you utilize all of the energy levels and frequencies and all of your senses and all of your knowledge, because life is about learning. And once you stop learning, growth has stopped, period. And that's why we're all lost in this world, because we've stopped learning. Learning is a process that will never quit. We must continue our learning on all levels, spiritually, emotionally, mentally, physically. And allow that growth to fill your being, to fill your anahata, and take it to the next level within this world. So it's more than hope. What I want you to have is hope to know that your faith of what is to come is there. And then you must know it in your mind, know it in your heart, know it in your being, know it in your aura, and know it within how you move, how you feel, and how you think. Once you do that, I promise you, beloved, I promise you, you will feel such a synergistic high that you will be like, You will feel it. Trust me. You will feel that synergistic high, and you will rise from your hell, from your root chakras, and you will rise up from your solar plexus past your heart and fly even higher through the throat, the third eye, and the crown chakra. And you will be able to fly into the heavens, and you will be able to say, I have the power. Real quick, what's his name? Tyler Perry. Tyler Perry. Hey, my name is High Priestess Ishera, and I have a great documentary for you. Walking this awakening life behind the scenes of a high priestess. So, if you're looking to come out of the movies or the productions that deal with religion and ready to tap into more of a cosmic level of things and programming, please feel free to holler at me. Love and blessings to you guys all. Tap into becoming your master of your universe. Be your own Shira and He-Man, and tap into your universal birthright. Your universal birthright, and live the best life that you choose to live by living, breathing, and being all that you can be. And how beautiful the ice cream chunk ends my video. My name is High Priestess Ishera. Please feel free to get at me on IG at High Priestess 22. That's High Priestess underscore High underscore Priestess 22 on IG. Also, feel free to check me out on my Facebook, which is Ishera Sadi. Thanks again for listening, and thanks again for watching. And just know, you guys, don't let nobody tell you you can't accomplish something, especially something like having a baby. Okay? Because the creative process starts with you and nobody else. And I believe what can be conceived, what can be perceived, can be conceived. Love and blessings to you all. Thank you for listening, and thank you for watching. Oh, thank you, thank you, thank you.